Hi, my name's Emmy, and I'm the junior leader of the Arts and Culture Club in Clark County. And for our last meeting, we were doing our service project, which was making paper flowers for residents at our local nursing home. So today I'm going to show you how to make those paper flowers. So one of the cool things about this is you only need a few things. You need scissors, string, paper, and this is optional, but if you want, you can use pipe cleaners to make a stem. You're gonna need about 3 or 4 pieces of tissue paper, and you can mix and match colors, or you can just pick a color you like. But I think anything less than 2 is gonna look kind of thin. It's not gonna look right. So the first thing you're gonna do is fold this in half this direction. And this is just to get a reference to cut. So we're gonna cut it down the middle. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And then you could just cut down the middle. And then take all of these layers and stack them on top of each other. And line up all your edges. Okay. After you have it here, you're gonna go to the bottom of your tissue paper and fold it over. And I'm gonna do this about an inch. You could maybe do a little less, but I wouldn't do any more than an inch. And then take your tissue paper, flip it on its back, and fold that over. And then flip it again, and fold. And you're gonna do that until you folded the entire piece of tissue paper all the way to the end. Kind of like making a fan out of it. Okay, so now that you have it all done to here, and it doesn't have to look perfect, you're gonna take the edges and fold them up this way and kind of line them up so that both sides come to the same height. And then take that and kind of make a crease right there. And then wherever you put that crease, take your piece of string and tie it right there. After you tied a tight knot right there, you can go ahead and cut off the extra string. Now after you've done that, you're gonna cut the ends so that they're petals. And this is where you can kind of control how big or small your flower is. The closer you cut in, the smaller it's gonna be, and the farther out you cut, the bigger it's gonna be. And I'm gonna do mine maybe 2 inches down on it. And you kind of want to cut a little arch shape. It's going to be like a flower petal, and it can be kind of hard to cut through all the layers. And cut all the way off. And then I use this piece as a reference to how far down I want to cut over here. And you can also see when I flip it up, I want it to be about in the same place. So I just kind of put my scissors about where that was. And then cut this side. There you go. And that's just garbage. So the next thing you're gonna do is take this and kind of spread it all out, and go to one side first, and you're gonna pull apart each layer of tissue paper, just like that. You might want to be kind of gentle here because some of them can rip pretty easily depending on what kind of tissue paper you get. and just kind of pull them all towards the middle. And then smooth the back end over. Doesn't really matter what the side looks like. But you already can see that it's already starting to make a pretty flower. And you're gonna do the same thing with the other side. And if you rip one or two of them, it's no big deal really, because you won't be able to tell. I've ripped a few of them, so. And just kind of fluff it out as you go. And then just kind of try and do your best to smooth out the bottom on that side as well, although it doesn't really matter again. And then kind of fluff out your flower, and you can stop here if you want to, because it's already really pretty. And if you wanted, you could put this maybe like on your wall or on a mantle or something like that. But you can also use pipe cleaners to add a stem to it as well. So with a flower like this one, I actually use 3 pipe cleaners. Can you see this? And kind of go maybe that far down and just kind of twist the bottom pieces together, just so that it's sturdy enough to hold up the flower. And then take this and flip your flower over, and you can see where there's the 2 sides from before. And you just kind of take these ones, and if you want, you can just take one of the third and just wrap it around the bottom of this, because you only need 2 really. So then take each side and just kind of find wherever your halfway point is on there and push it through there, and then take the other side and stick it through the other part. And now you can see that both of those are sticking out of the top of the flower. And then just kind of take those and wrap it kind of into the center and just push them back down. So you're just kind of looping it around that. You can see it comes back out the bottom. And then I just kind of wrap that around here and make it more sturdy. And then take the other one and do the same thing. Okay, and now where that's all kind of out, I'm going to fluff it over. But you can't really see it anyway, especially if you have a really full flower. So that's the paper flowers, and now you have you can make a bouquet. Down. And if you want, like we did in our county for our service project, we attached little notes to them saying just nice things for the people at the nursing home. But really whatever you want to do with the flowers.